Breaking news, my country people. No be small gbege o between Godswill Akpabio and his predecessor, Senator Ahmed Lawan, over the timing of the plenary session. And following a heated disagreement over the official sitting time of the Red Chamber, the Senate, they had to go into an emergency executive session. It was reported that the disagreement involved the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, and Ahmed Lawan. It was reported that the Senate rules the official commencement time is 10 a.m. However, it was reported that it has gradually become a routine for sessions to start much later, often around 11 a.m. or rather later 12, as lawmakers tackle in late. Traditionally, the Senate adjourns its sitting for the day with plans to reconvene at 11 a.m. the next legislative day, despite the official set time being 10 a.m. The Senate, according to the report, had sought to formally amend its rules to shift its official sitting time from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. through a motion brought forward by the Senate leader Opeyemi Bamidele. As the Senate moved to deliberate on the amendment, Lawan had opposed the proposal. He challenged Godswill Akpabio, the Senate president, arguing that the reason for changing the sitting time was to make sure that the House of Representatives was not convincing or scientific enough. He insisted that there were no substantial reasons to shift the sitting time and highlighted that lawmakers were more energetic in the early hours, making a 10 a.m. start more productive rather than 11 a.m. The explanation that the change was to enable the Senate to sync its sitting time with that of the House of Representatives is not saleable to senators, Lawan has stated, where he added that pushing the time for Godswill Akpabio pushing the sitting time to 11 a.m. would extend the sessions till 3 p.m. in the afternoon, when committees should be actively working. And Akpabio had responded, reminding Lawan that 11 a.m. practice was inherited from his own tenure as the ninth Senate president. And Lawan had refuted, stating that that is not correct. Akpabio also clarified that starting at 11 a.m. in the morning does not necessarily mean sessions would last till 3 p.m. in the afternoon, suggesting that they might end sessions by 1 p.m., 2 p.m., depends. So Senator Bamidele had intervened, explaining that senators often had multiple engagements, including oversight duties and committee assignments, which sometimes kept them working late at night, making a 10 a.m. resumption challenging for most of them. And in a bid to calm the rising tension, Akpabio had called for an executive session to address the issue privately. But then, this did not stop the disputes between them, as they tend to disagree over sitting time. So it seems that the Senate, the Red Chamber, wanted to side with the Green Chamber over their sitting time from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And Lawan is in a view of 10 a.m. that it's more better because people tend to be more energetic during the early hours of the morning, as from 9 to 10. But if you are shifting it to 11 a.m., some persons might be tired already. And when you shift it to 11 a.m., when do we leave the Senate chambers? Is it by 3 p.m. in the afternoon? Because most senators have other engagements, they have other duties. And some of them also, have other duties to attend to. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? You see, all these our Nigerian Senate with their wahala, they have come again. which has also led to the cause of people calling that the Senate should be scrapped, because it seems that the 10th Senate is no different from the 9th Senate and other Senates before them. They once claimed that they were not rubber stamp, but it seems that they are obviously a rubber stamp Senate. The 10th Senate, in fact, poses to be one of the worst Senates in the history of Nigerian Senate, headed by Godswill Akpabio, who tend to make silly utterances on several occasions, which is why people are saying, won't it be better for the Nigerian Senate to be scrapped? How can we have a National House of Assembly, that's the House of Representatives, and then we have House of Senate? Their functions are almost similar. So why not scrap off one body and let the rest handle these functions? People are calling for the scrapping of the Senate, that it would even save Nigeria a whole lot of costs, because we cannot have senators who are comprised of retired governors, retired politicians. They've now turned the Senate into a retirement home, into a retirement ground. Imagine the person of Lawan, who was once a Senate president, still a senator under the admin of Godswill Akpabio as the Senate president. So this tends to be a face-off between the past Senate President Lawan and the present Senate President Godswill Akpabio over their sitting time. So I don't know why this would bring about a disagreement amongst themselves, but then I really hope that the federal government would listen to the calls for the scrapping of either of these bodies, either the Senate or the House of Reps, because the senators, they are comprised of governors, people that have ruled, and then they go to the Senate to relax, and it has been turned to a retirement home for most persons. So I think it should be scrapped, because it would even save Nigeria unnecessary spending. You can see what they do in the Senate, how they tend to feed fat on Nigerians' pockets, and then they end up doing nothing at all, than being a rubber stamp to the executive arm of government. So they should continue. God is watching. So guys, this is just a face-off between the former Senate President Lawan and Senator Godswill Akpabio over their sitting time in the red chamber. Guys, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.